Within the body, there are two different major water compartments, the intracellular and the extracellular. The intracellular compartment includes water within the cell membranes, and the extracellular fluid is made up of the interstitial fluid and the blood plasma. Interstitial fluid is what directly bathes the cells and provides a medium of passage for nutrients between cells, and the plasma is the fluid portion of blood. Electrolytes are charged ions, classified as either cations or anions. Anions being negatively charged ions, and cations being positively charged.
There are 5 major electrolytes in the body that are located within these water compartments. These include sodium, potassium, bicarbonate, chloride, and phosphate. These electrolytes are distributed in varying concentrations throughout different locations of the body, such as the intracellular fluid, the interstitial fluid, and the blood plasma. The distribution of these solutes throughout the body is extremely important in maintaining osmolarity and water distribution.
Osmolarity is the concentration of a solution expressed in the total number of solute particles per liter. This definition is important to understanding the different concentrations of solutes within each water compartment. Within cells, in the intracellular fluid, potassium acts as the major cation and functions to maintain osmotic balance of the intracellular fluid compartment. There are also smaller amounts of sodium found in the intracellular fluid. However, sodium is generally much more important to the extracellular fluids. Phosphate acts as the major anion inside the cells.
The extracellular fluid, made up of the interstitial fluid and blood plasma, contains sodium as a major cation and chloride as a major anion, with bicarbonate also present as a more minor anion. Sodium is important to the ECF because it functions to maintain the osmolarity and volume of these fluids.
Furthermore, while the interstitial fluid and blood plasma are largely similar in terms of composition, there is an important difference between the two as plasma contains protein anions and the interstitial fluid does not.
The electrical balance between the intracellular fluid and extracellular fluids must be maintained. Changes in the osmolarity of the ECF or intracellular fluid require water movement and changes in osmotic pressure to correct it and maintain the electrical balance. This is done by sodium-potassium ATPase pumps in the cell membranes that work to regulate the proper intracellular potassium and extracellular sodium concentrations. There is also movement of other solutes by transporters and channels, which helps aid in maintaining the electrical balance.
Overall, it is extremely important that the electrical balance and water balance of the body be maintained in order to properly carry out everyday biological functions.